If I were to come face to face with someone who was wanting the honest truth about getting in shape, this is what I'd tell them. Most fitness gurus out there are gonna bang on the drum of just diet and exercise. But I think if that's where you start, then you're doomed to fail. Because without first establishing the foundation on which you build these fitness habits on top of, you'll continue in this loop of starting and stopping, failing and trying again. I know this because I lived it. For the first 5 years of my fitness journey, I was inconsistent, making stupid mistakes and wasting years of progress. I'm now pushing my 8th year, and in just the last 3 years, I've made more progress than I did in the first 5. So in today's video, I'm going to give you all of my ups and downs, wins and losses over the last 8 years of my fitness journey, so you can hopefully avoid them. You've been lied to. Go on the internet and watch any motivational speech, and they'll tell you motivation comes from striving to reach that goal. But that's just not true. I mean, maybe it is for some people, but that wasn't what got me out of bed when I felt like just curling up into a ball and throwing the covers over my head. The human brain is wired to avoid pain. You wouldn't go and rob a bank for $10,000, but people all over the world risk going to jail for tax evasion just to save 10 grand on their taxes. You'd be far more gutted if you lost $10 than you'd be happy finding $10. And this is where I think a lot of guys get motivation wrong. They think to be motivated, they need to strive to get the dream body or the dashing six-pack. But in honesty, they need to turn around and look the other way. Because the motivation that's going to get them out of bed on the days they really just don't feel like it, that's going to come from pain. For me, when I decided to really take my fitness seriously and I had that drive, it actually came from a place of pain. I had low confidence growing up and I never had that assertiveness in social settings. So I was always the one getting picked out. That was my fuel to get into the gym and start trying to improve myself. For you, it might be something similar, a harsh rejection or the thought that you'll never be taken seriously. Think of the life you'll live if you continue going down the path you already are. Is that really where you want to end up? Now obviously you can't fuel your goals off pain forever because it can make you resentful. But I think if you're out of shape, and you've tried fitness and you keep slipping off and you know you want this, then that pain you're trying to repress or hold down, it's actually very potent fuel for getting you to greater places. So get angry at yourself, at the world, at the people around you, because that's what's going to push you to actually make a change. And once you get to a place of leverage, you're a bit more comfortable in the gym and you understand dieting and exercise a little bit deeper, then you can start to rely on intrinsic motivation. Enjoying the journey for the journey. That's where we want to be. Epictetus once said, every habit and capability is confirmed and grows in its corresponding actions, walking by walking and running by running. Therefore, if you want to do something, make a habit of it. This was the biggest realization and honestly the biggest factor in how I managed to stay in the game for so long. You need a routine. And before your brain starts saying, whoa, no, we're not doing a routine, that sounds way too structured, we don't do that. Let me reveal to you that you're already following a routine, just one not of your own design. Think about it. You probably do the same stuff in the morning. You drive the same way to work, you walk the same walks, you eat probably similar stuff for lunch. Humans are wired for routine. The problem is the routine you're following isn't one of your own design. It's the routine your junk food addiction, or your gaming addiction, or your phone addiction is slowly building in the background and making you believe that it's your choice. You're sitting in the back seat of your life right now. And what you need to do is climb into the front, wrestle the wheel from these bad habits that are taking you down a dark path, and regain control. And the best way I found to do this was plan your days from start to finish. This micro habit was the single most impactful thing I did to have more accountability and consistency in my fitness. And what I loved about it was I could gamify it. I could plan out a day and then try it out and see how smooth it was. I'd try waking up an hour earlier and working out. I didn't really like that. So then I tried moving my workout into the evening and getting a little bit more work done in the mornings, and that worked a little bit better. But now, did I want to have lunch before or did I want to fast for a bit? If you're into video games that require strategy and problem solving like me, then once you start doing this, you're going to get hooked. So on a piece of paper or a digital calendar, plan out your day from start to finish. Just put some of the basics first, like when you've got to work, when you'd ideally like to sleep, when you think you're going to enjoy doing your exercise. At least then you know that if you want to do some exercise or you feel like you need to, you've got a time and a day to do it. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And there's a perfect day out there just waiting for you to go and find it. So go and find it. The more you do something, the more habitual it becomes, and the less you need to put effort into maintaining that system. Motivation is how you start, building a fitness system is how you continue, and environmental design is how you ensure you never slip up. When I first wanted to get more disciplined around my fitness, really nail it in, I had to clear my cupboards of all the junk food. I had to unplug my Xbox and put it in the cupboard. I even threw a blanket over my TV. Now you might be thinking, wait, that's a bit obsessive, but let's take two guys. One of them makes no changes to his environment and relies solely on motivation and willpower to get him through. The other one takes all of the junk food out of his cupboards, he unplugs his Xbox and he puts it away, he signs up to a gym that's on the way to work, and he plans what he's going to do on what day at what time, and he also packs all his gym gear the night before. Who's more likely to succeed here? As you make this change from where you are to where you want to be, you're going to have to constantly be fighting the urges to go back to what's comfortable. You aren't disciplined if you keep putting yourself in environments that require discipline. Make it as easy as possible for yourself because that's the only way you're going to guarantee the win. And hey, don't think because you're giving it up now, you're giving it up forever. Just look at this dinner I had the other night. Prioritizing your health doesn't mean abstaining from everything that's enjoyable. It's about regaining control so you can actually enjoy the things that are enjoyable without them taking over your life or pulling you back into a dark place. Creating distance between the stuff that has you hooked is the only way you can come back to it with the self-control to maintain a healthy balance. This was a high-level overview of all the mental stuff I did to get in shape and stay there. But if you want to find out the exact micro habits I did in the day-to-day that helped me also maintain it, you're going to want to check this video out right here. Otherwise, thanks for watching, gents. Talk soon.